Welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time, we met Seath the Scaleless, and were swiftly defeated by him. He trapped us here. Now we're in jail forever. And we're being watched by man-serpents of all things. We saw them before in Sen's fortress. They didn't strip us of our possessions. I think there's only one way we could ever get out of here. We fight our way out. This man-serpent lazing around next to the bars has an archive tower cell key. The key to our cell. Let's read on it. Key to the cell of the Duke's archive tower. The archive tower, once a trove of precious tomes and letters, became a prison after the onset of Seath's madness. The serpent men who guard the prison know not the value of what they hide. In the basement of the tower are the writhing mistakes of the terrifying experiments which were conducted there. Experiments. Man-serpents, crystal soldiers, and writhing mistakes. In an archive tower. That's that building that we saw next to the archives themselves. We're in the archive tower dungeon. Seath has gone mad. Guess we should just open up. Those are the writhing mistakes. The Pisakas. What are these creatures? I don't know. These soldiers are put in cells in these dungeons. What I do know is that these Pisakas are very dangerous. They look like squids. There are more down there. know what? Let's open up this cell. We can open this one up, because the cell key works for every door. We get an archive prison extra key in here. We'll look into that later. For now, let's go to the bottom of the tower and take out the rest of them. You wouldn't expect things like these to show up in a fantasy. You wouldn't. It's because they don't fit in, and that's what makes them so terrifying. That's what makes them so terrifying. They look kind of like mind flayers, really. Jump. Let's turn off that music. Up this tower, and there will be someone waiting for you. Backstab. That's the first one. Now let's go get the other one. Right there. And there's a mage right next to them. Put down that clown. We turn off the horn. And this little challenge is over. There's snake skin all over this horn. A giant cage. The Archive Tower Giant Door Key. Let's read on those keys now. Extra key to a cell in the Duke's Archive Tower. Perhaps the Serpent Men were careless, for there are several keys scattered about which fit Archive Tower cells. Just an extra key. As for the Archive Tower Giant Door Key, it's a key to the giant door leading out from the uppermost floor of the Archive Tower, which now serves as a prison. The key's design resembles not the key of a prison. Indeed, the tower was once no prison at all, but a trove of precious tomes. Seath came here for research and experiments, and he defiled these archives. Right up there. A giant door's up there. We'd have to climb back up to go get to it. Before we go down there, I'd like to go into this giant cell. Two Pisakas. They're not attacking us. And when you attack them, they don't even seem to be hostile towards you. They don't want to hurt you. But I'm going to kill them both anyway. From these two, we get the miracles Bountiful Sunlight and Soothing Sunlight. Why would these two drop miracles? Special miracle granted to the Maidens of Guinevere, Princess of the Sun. Restores high HP for self and vicinity. The miracles of Guinevere, the princess cherished by all, grant their blessings to a great many warriors. And bountiful sunlight, another special miracle granted to the maidens of Guinevere, princess of the sun. Gradual HP restoration for self and vicinity. The miracles of Guinevere, the princess cherished by all, grant their blessing to a great many warriors. Why would these two miracles be dropped by monsters? Well, these mistakes, they can drop humanity. They were once human. They were once women. Maidens. Kidnapped. As for these two, they must have only recently turned into monsters. They might still have some of their humanity left. In the brain, not in physical sense of humanity. They may have been handmaidens for Guinevere. Seath. Gwyn let Seath take them? No. Seath only started all these things with the experiments after Gwyn left. He gave him the Duke's archives, but he didn't know what he would do after that. He didn't really care anyway. I think I'm just gonna quit out because there's a glitch in the audio. Yeah, that's more like it. Logan? It's Big Hat Logan. What are you doing here? How'd you get here? He finally found the Regal Archives, kind of. He's in a dungeon, though, so...
Hello again. What a chance meeting this is. Alas, I'm imprisoned once again. I don't suppose you could stage me a getaway. The archives. Such a storehouse of knowledge. So close, but just out of reach. The thought offends me so I could simply die. As a student of the arts, you understand me, yeah?
Oh, I do. Logan is trapped. The door is locked and we do not have a key for it. But the question is, how did he get here? Well, how did such a great sorcerer as him get caught by the man-serpents in Sen's fortress? For the answer to that, let's look no further than the description of the cage key. The key that opened up his cell. If a hapless adventurer becomes fatigued during an imprudent attempt to overcome the fortress, the Serpent Men will not kill him, but lock him up in a lonely cage. Eventually, unless they have forgotten, they drag the victim off to who knows where. Who knows where, in this case, being the Duke's archives. That is why Logan willingly got himself caught by the man-serpents in Sen's fortress. Eventually, they took him here. But he has to get out, though. That's a pretty smart plan. Can't trust those simple-minded man-serpents, though, because they forgot to take him out of the cage the first time. We've seen enough here. There's an item over there, but we can't reach it. All we can do is leave. Go up the tower. So many books. His hands are a bit big for these books, though. Open up this cell. Don't stand a chance. There's a man serpent there. Where did you come from? Never mind that. We're gonna go up this ladder. There's an item in that cage over there, but how to get to it? There's the giant door that'll take us out of this tower, but that's not where I want to go right now. Where I would like to go is... do not land on that. That is dangerous. Land here. And we get an interesting item. The Maiden Set. And the White Seance Ring. Maiden Set. A white robe worn by traveling maidens such as Rhea of Thorland, or pretty much any other Thorland cleric. It is part of their formal attire, regardless of rank. It is soft and well made, but does not offer much in the way of defense, making it ill-suited to use in battle. The Way of White didn't care. Exile. Exile, and rape, and who knows what else. Why would it be here? Well, Seath was kidnapping maidens. This must have been one of them. But how did he kidnap those maidens? There was a channeler in the undead parish, specifically in the undead church itself, looking directly at that statue of Gwyn's wife and his firstborn. Wait, Velka's the wife, yeah. Maybe that channeler was looking for hapless maidens to come around so he could kidnap them and take them to this tower to be experimented on. All in the pursuit of immortality. Let's look at the other ring we picked up. The White Seance Ring. A divine ring entrusted to the head bishop of the Way of White, an apostle to All-Father Lloyd, uncle to Lord Gwyn. It grants additional attunement slots. The head bishop of the Way of White is the guardian of law and caste, and one of the great royals of Thorland. A bishop of the Way of White. An apostle to All-Father Lloyd, uncle to Lord Gwyn. Let's get into that, I guess. There's our answer. Who Lloyd really is. We know that he is the founder and leader of the Way of White. We know that he's the intermediary between the gods and humans, that's proven by Lloyd's name himself. Lloyd means gray. Gwyn means white. And to the gods, humans are black. Dark, at least. Not black, dark. Uncle to Lord Gwyn, that right there is impossible. Since, when the First Flame appeared, Gwyn, Nito, and Izalith came to the First Flame and got their souls from it. There was no mention of Lloyd. If he was his uncle, that means that Gwyn must have had a father, and I highly doubt that. Nothing gave birth, nothing lived, nothing died. That does not make sense. What would make sense if Lloyd is not an uncle in the biological sense. Like cousin. Say cousin. Or Gwyn's brother. That would make more sense. And in my opinion, I think this uncle thing is a translation issue. They don't say anything about this in the original Japanese thing. I don't remember what exactly it said, but it didn't mention any kind of familial bond. I think it's either brother or cousin. Someone important to Gwyn. And even then, not biological. He may have been in the war against the ancient dragons as a super powerful cleric. But that's it. And he helped so well that he made him the father of the Way of Light. Die. Now, as for us, there's one cell we did not open. That one. The archive prison extra key opens this door. This is none other than Rhea of Thorland. She's gone hollow. But how did she get here? What is she doing? She's lost it. Nothing. She went out like a punk. She's dead now. The Ivory Talisman. Medium for casting miracles of the gods. Ivory talismans are granted only to female clerics, and their value is affected dramatically by their owner's faith. The only way she could have gotten here is after we bought all her miracles. She got kidnapped by a channeler somewhere around there, in the undead church, and she was taken here to be experimented on. And she renounced her faith. She lost everything. So she just gave up on life in general. So ends Rhea of Thorland. Goodbye. A large soul of a brave warrior, and we're done with this tower. Or at least until we get a key to get Logan out. Next time on Dark Souls, we escape the tower. See you then.